Hi, I'm Peter Kelleher, Director of PK Property, Sydney's Buyers Agents. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about auction bidding techniques. Now, a lot of people at the moment in this present market, that is June 2018, are going to auction, but the problem is that the property is actually getting passed in. So I do want to talk a little bit about auction bidding techniques, but also I want to talk about a little bit about if the property gets passed in. So if you are at auction, it's important that you take a reserve price that is realistic and you stick to that price. Always remember that you'll have to take identification to an auction, so you're best off taking your driver's license, and you'll need to take a checkbook, a bank check, or something like that that will be approved by your solicitor beforehand if you're successful at auction. Also understand too that you've got to make sure that when you sign a contract on the day, that your solicitor has given you all the changes that have been agreed by on the other side, because those two contracts, once they exchange, need to be exactly the same and everything agreed on that day for it to be a binding contract. Someone can pull out if the contracts aren't exactly the same. But let's talk a little bit about bidding techniques. I find that when I'm bidding, it's really important that if there's other people bidding, that you're actually behind those people, not in front. So you don't want them bidding behind you. You want to see what they're doing in front of you. And if they are a couple, it's quite easy to see when they get to their limit, because they sort of look at each other normally and nod their head like this in a no direction and say, no, we're going to not go anymore. Or they're very slow to put in a bid or something like that. You can then work out that your denominations can start to be a lot lower, because you'll probably knock them out because they're probably at their limit. I find that at an auction, they're all so different. They're all so stressful, and when you're there, the emotions are running high. But look, I think sometimes just to bid fairly quickly, fairly strongly, as though you've got so much money that everyone thinks that you've got so much money you're just going to buy it, even if you've got $10,000 left. You might be able to knock a few people out there. But let's just talk about when the property gets passed in. I think it's important that when you're there, if you can come to a deal, auction conditions last until midnight that night. It's really good if you can come to a deal before you walk out of that house, if it's a reasonable deal. Because you might be in a position that if you leave it a day or two, everyone's going to change their mind and you might not get that property. The pressure's on for everyone to sell. The vendor wants to sell, hopefully. But what I'm saying on the other side is that if that property is just totally unrealistic, they've passed in at a ridiculous figure, just let it ride, go there the next week or the week after and just take your time. That's just a few tips for you today. Understand that you can have a buyer's agent from our company bid for you for $550. Take all the emotion away, use all the tactics that they've learned over the last 20 years. So if you do need someone to help you bid at auction, please give us a call today. Thanks for watching.